Hi there, it's Brad. I'm standing in front of one of our newer products here today. These are our Duosite SLG dumping bins. They're our own design. They have some advantages over the old style bins is we've eliminated the dump rope where the operator has to get up and out of their machine and trip the rope for the bin to roll forward and dump. And we've also eliminated the dump mechanism, the latch. These are both problematic on old designs that get damaged or the rope's gone and the operator's climbing up onto the forks and trying to get the bin to dump or pushing it with a piece of wood or whatever they can find laying around. So we've cut that out so that the operator never has to leave the seat of the forklift when they're operating this bin. The other thing that we're really excited about is we've turned this bin into not only being able to dump with a forklift, but we also now have the ability to be able to dump this with a crane from overhead. That's something that nobody's done before. There are crane bins out there, but those crane bins don't have the ability to also be dumped with a forklift. So we're really excited to be able to bring this new product on board and show you a little bit about it and the benefits. So come around the side here, you can take a look, and I'll show you the mechanism of basically how it works. This bin here has a trip mechanism so that you can lift it up with a crane, and in its forward position, it'll lift the bin up level. In its back position, the bin then begins to rotate over and self-dump. And then the crane has that ability to set it on the ground, lay it flat, swing forward, and pick it up level again. What's interesting about these bins is they're on wheels. So if you lift these up onto the floor of a building, you then have that ability to push this bin around inside that building, load it, and then bring it up where the crane can get at it. Again, this has the mechanism, which I'll show you later, to be able to dump it with a forklift and dump it with a crane. To do a little bit of our testing here today, I've got two totes here that are full of shot blast sand, each one weighing a ton, a metric ton, which is 2,200 pounds. What I'm going to do is load those into the bin, and we've been stress testing our mechanism here, of which we will have engineered shortly with an engineering stamp out of Canada so that it's certified for use in North America. But we're going to load these totes in here, and then we're going to pick this with the crane because we're looking for the tube deflection in the mechanism and whatnot to make sure it's strong enough to withstand 4,500 pounds of weight sitting inside of this bin. I'm going to grab the crane here and make a little noise. I'm going to lift it up and set both these in the bag there. So that's the first 2,200 pounds I put in there. I grab this other bin. What you're seeing there now is 4,500 pounds of shot blast material that we use for shot blasting in that bin. Now I'm going to go around the other side here. I'm going to bring the crane back, and we're going to grab this, and I'm going to pick it up with our crane assembly, and I'll show you how the system works. When you pick it up, you'll swing the crane forward. We have stops in here that keep this from rotating forward when you're working and loading it or when you're dumping it with a forklift. Come around this side here, I'll show you where this pin is. Just come on around here. And you can see right down here, we've got a pin. We just stroke this ahead. Allows you to take this pin out, and then it allows you to put it in the back side and store it over here so that you don't lose the pin. That also allows the mechanism not to come back any further when you're dumping it with a forklift. So I'm just going to come around the other side here. I'll move the other pin. That then now allows this to come forward and us to be able to lift this bin up in a level position. So I'll just move the crane ahead. So you can see now, you can see the structure has now come up against this stop, which guides it as you go to pick this bin up. So this is, with the weight of the bin and the product inside, you're looking at about 5,500 pounds, which is, I'm taking it over top of the lift capacity of this crane, the way we have our brake set. So you're going to see it go up, and then you're going to see it drift back down. So, as you can see how strong that bin is. That's 4,500 pounds of weight inside there, plus you're looking at about 1,000 pounds, 1,100 pounds with the crane assembly on here. So how this works now, when you want to dump this bin, you pour it down, and then you run your crane back. When you pick this up now, you'll see this bin start to dump. That's as simple as this thing works. So you can see if I keep lifting this, I obviously don't want to dump all this shot blast out on the ground, but you can see how this system works. It's now touching on the front so that this bin will start to tip over. So if you take this bin and you set it inside of a 40-yard dumpster, you can literally set it down, swing your crane back. When you pick it up, it'll flip over and dump itself. I'll show you later once I get this thing emptied out so I don't spill all our shot blast. So here again, I'm going to go down, and then I'm going to come forward with our crane. Bring your head to the stop. There you are. That's as simple as our system works. It's just really simple, very safe, and really strong. As you see, you can see there's no deflection on that cross tube. Again, we're going to be sending this out to a Canadian engineering firm to get the engineered drawings and rated for the capacity of 4,500 pounds of loading. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring this back. I'm going to take my crane off. position. Got to get the cotter pin out around the inside. Take my pin out. Do the same over here on the other side. So now that my pins are out, I'm open to be able to dump this bin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the bin forward so you can see how that works. We've designed this bin and set it up in a way so it slopes back just a little bit as you pick it up for your loading. So here I'm going to bring the crane ahead a little bit. Set it back down on the floor. Walk our crane back. Dump angle, we're at over 60 degrees, so it's no problem to get stuff stuck in there. Very easy for it to empty out. I'm going to set it back down now. With a crane. So, one thing I wanted to talk about is this whole crane assembly that we've designed for this machine. It's an absolute bolt-on assembly. So if you're just using it as a forklift dump bin and don't need all of this, you simply don't buy it. If you want that capability to be able to dump it with a crane, you then can buy this mechanism. This is a bolt-on attachment. This is a bolt-on attachment, and the main set of saddles down here are also a bolt-on attachment. If you do not want the casters, again, a bolt-on attachment. You buy it and build the bin as you need it for the products that you're trying to move and dump. So I'm going to go back over here now, and I'm just going to scoot this bin around. So I'm going to bring the mechanism back now so I can put the lock pins in. I want to show you how we dump it with the forklift. I'm going to put the locking pins back in. Put the little locking ring on so it doesn't get lost. Come around here, I'm going to do the exact same thing again. Now again, what this does, this locks it in place so this tube cannot move backwards or forwards when we're wanting to dump this with a forklift. With the crane at this point, I'm going to spin this bin around so that I can get at it with our forklift. You'll see me here in just a second. I'm going to show you how it works with the forklift. can see the forklift is all the way underneath this bin. There's no opportunity for that bin to be able to tip or dump. I can pack it anywhere I want to go. Say now I want to go and dump this into like a 40-yard or a 20-yard waste container. What you'll end up doing is I'll disconnect these chains. Usually I've got my hooks on here, of which I connect it to the side of the forks here on the side mast. That only allows me to come back so far to be able to dump this bin. I don't have the hooks on here for dumping purposes right now, so I'm going to fake it. I'm going to go around the other side, and I'm going to disconnect this chain over here. If you look on the back side, what we have here is we actually have a hook, and it's plug welded into a plate and bolted to the back of the bin, so it's very strong, very durable. Now I'm going to show you how we dump this bin. That's just as easy as it is to be able to dump this bin. There's no dump mechanism, there's no dump rope. Again, these are being secured to the back of the forklift here so that it only allows your forks to come back so far. No chance of losing the bin then into the 40-yard containers. A lot of times on the old style, they'd roll forward, hit something, get jumped out of time, and the next thing you know, the bin's inside. So this here, I'll show you how it works. I'll set it back down again and fold it flat. Then you reinstall your chain hook on the side so that it can't accidentally dump when you're packing it around and it comes off the board. And that's just as simple as it is when you want to use this bin with a forklift. So again, you can buy the basic bin with the dumping mechanism, with or without the wheels, however you want to order it. You then also can order the crane dumping attachment with it, all bolt on, bolt off. Anyways, hope you had a chance to see this bin work here. We're going to have some more videos in the future, but we're really excited to bring this onto the market. We think there's a great opportunity as a waste bin for on construction sites.